The faint hum of fluorescent lights cast a cold, sterile glow across the deserted aisles of the supermarket. As the clock struck midnight, the once bustling store had fallen into an eerie silence, broken only by the occasional creaking of the floorboards. Sarah, the night shift cashier, stared out the window, her breath fogging the glass. The rain outside seemed to be in sync with the unease that had settled in the air. The store was unusually empty for a Friday night, and Sarah couldn't shake the feeling that something was off. The aisles stretched like endless corridors, each shadow conspiring to conceal lurking secrets. Despite her best efforts, a sense of foreboding crept upon her, making the hairs on the back of her neck stand. A sudden flicker in the lights jolted her from her thoughts. Her heart skipped a beat as the fluorescent tubes above her head buzzed and dimmed before returning to their harsh, artificial brightness. The unease in the pit of her stomach intensified, and she tried to dismiss it as a mere power surge. As she continued to scan items at her checkout counter, the unnerving feeling persisted, amplified by the growing storm outside. Thunder rumbled in the distance, each crash causing the lights to flicker once more. Sarah's hands trembled slightly as she fumbled with the register, her gaze darting nervously around the dimly lit store. Then an abrupt silence descended, a stark contrast to the drumming rain and howling winds outside. It was as if the world had paused, leaving Sarah in a bubble of eerie stillness. The lights above her faltered, a chilling darkness creeping in as they flickered erratically. A soft rustling echoed from one of the aisles. Sarah's breath hitched, her heart pounding in her chest. She strained to listen, her ears picking up the faint sound of shuffling footsteps. Panic surged through her veins, urging her to call out, yet an inexplicable fear rooted her to the spot. Slowly, cautiously, she peered around the counter, her eyes widening in terror. Shadows danced along the walls, playing tricks on her senses. Movement caught her attention, a figure standing at the end of the aisle obscured by darkness. Sarah's throat tightened and a cold sweat broke out on her brow. The figure remained motionless, barely discernible in the dimness. Sarah's mind raced with fear-fueled thoughts, her imagination conjuring up unimaginable horrors lurking in the shadows. Every instinct screamed at her to flee, but her legs felt like lead. A sudden flash of lightning illuminated the store, briefly illuminating the figure. A grotesque, twisted silhouette stared back at Sarah, its contorted form sending a shiver down her spine. With a blood-curdling screech, the lights went out completely, plunging the supermarket into impenetrable darkness. In that terrifying moment, Sarah's scream echoed through the aisles, lost amidst the storm's fury. The night swallowed her terror-filled cries as the unknown horror lurked in the pitch-black supermarket, its malevolent presence lingering in the air.